Hello my friends and welcome. My name is Tolly Bryn and this is The Joy of Awareness. I wanted to make a video today on the topic of consistency when it comes to healing, when it comes to health. Got my lemon ginger tea here. Damn, that's strong. It actually is really strong. And that's actually part of the reason that I wanted to talk about consistency now. It's because lemon and ginger are both foodstuffs that I could not digest as little as like 2 years ago. Prior to going into my fasting journey, prior to actually starting to heal on a deep level, I couldn't digest this stuff. I would get rashes and sores, and I'd get like really itchy, I'd get puffy eyes, and I'd just generally be really miserable. And today I can drink it just fine, and in fact it makes me feel really good, because these substances, these things, this root and this fruit, ginger and lemon, these are healthy things, and they should make you feel good. They should give you energy, and they should give you nutrients. A sick body cannot pick up nutrients, at least not from every type of food. For me, for instance, I was at the point where I basically couldn't digest anything. It was really, really hit and miss whether I could actually digest anything. My digestion was just absolutely... It was so inflamed, and it was so bad, and I felt so bad all the time. Like I always had gas, always had constipation, or semi-diarrhea sort of. You're welcome for that image. And thankfully I could digest a few things, especially like animal fats. Like I could digest meat, and I could digest yogurt. I could digest dairy in general, but especially like fermented dairy products like yogurts and sour milk and even some aged cheeses. Pure milk wasn't really doing it for me, at least not at first. Butter was okay as well, and that's where I started. But on the topic of consistency, the thing is that even a year ago, after going through my 10-day fast, after going through the summer of 2019, and if you don't know my story, you can check further back in my videos. I've got a few videos out there where I go into my story of healing, which was really intense. Like I was dealing with really, really bad chronic illness, chronic autoimmune disease of all kinds. Like I was dealing with really bad skin issues and really bad allergies and intolerances, and there was always something more coming up. Like I had started feeling the beginnings of something similar to gout or arthritis or something. I guess arthritis rather. My eyesight was leaving me. Like it was getting blurry and kind of like on and off, like got blurry, and I was like, whoa, I can't see anything. And then it got sharp again. I was like, oh, okay. And this was getting more frequent. I was getting like tinnitus, endless brain fog, like I said, just terrible digestion, like really bad lethargy. I was just really, really sick. And even after going through the intense fasting sessions, the really, really simple diet for many, many months, I was feeling so much better. I looked so much better. My skin became almost perfect. My allergies more or less went away. Like I had a few things here and there, especially like for cats and dogs and like heavy dust and stuff like that. Just a moment. Jesus. Really recommend this stuff. This is like so good. Just boil some ginger for like 3 minutes, pour that into a glass, squeeze half a lemon, and then like half a spoon of honey or something if you want. I put a little bit of honey now, even though I'm fasting. So let me get to the point of consistency. I haven't actually touched on that yet. The reason I started talking about consistency is that even after going through that period of intense fasting and really, really healing myself on a deep, deep level, I was still dealing with like a few things that I thought were like just inherent to me, that I was just like, oh, okay, so I guess since I've been through these heavy fasts and simplified my diet this much, and I'm still dealing with like a bit of allergies and a bit of intolerances, that's just part of me, that's just who I am, I'm just unlucky, that's my genes, blah blah blah. Like, I just can't digest apples, or I can't be around cats, I can't touch horses, you know. And I figured out now, like, it's not like that at all. Like, it is possible to go into really deep healing, see incredible benefits from doing that, and then by remaining consistent. For me, for instance, I have to admit, like, it's been on and off consistent. I would like to say I've been consistently fasting for most of the time since 2 years ago, since 2019, but that's not exactly true. Like, I've taken long periods where I've been eating like one meal a day, or you know, a one meal every, no, how do you say, like, full day of eating, then eating one meal a day, and then full day of eating again, like sort of alternate day fasting kind of thing. I even took a period where I was actually alternate day fasting, where I was eating one meal a day, and then the next day I would fast, and then another meal the day after. That's intense. If you want some intense healing, you can try that out. I stuck it out for like a week or something, and then I was like, it's a bit much, and I was losing weight, and I couldn't really afford it at that point. But as of today, I have been doing a protocol of eating, you know, approximately one meal a day. I've set the window for 21-3. That is to say, like, I would fast for 21 hours minimum, eat for 3 hours, and then fast again. But for the most part, it's or maybe a 50-50, it's been like a meal a day versus 3 hour feeding window. So, you know, I've been more or less eating one meal a day for what, 60, this is the 63rd day today, and I feel awesome. Like, I feel like I'm diving into some deeper healing just right now, and I've been doing some experiments with the food that I eat. Things like all kinds of fruit, like apples and mango and pineapple and raisins and all that good stuff, you know, lemons. Whew, love lemons. Lemons are still actually just a little bit triggering some kind of immune reaction for me, but it's so minuscule that it doesn't bother me at all. What happens is I get this feeling on my eyelids, this feeling like just before you get like an eczema patch. That's the feeling, and it gets like, doesn't even get itchy. It just gets like a little bit inflamed, and then it goes away. So I'm still very aware of that, and that's as it should be. Like, I'm developing more and more awareness on what exactly is going on with my body, and that's amazing. But the fact that I can be drinking this right now, not just be like, scratching everything, you know, that is a miracle in and of itself, and I'm just so thankful for that. And it has everything to do with consistency. If I had just finished my healing journey in 2019, gone back to like drinking beer every night and eating pizza and you know, constantly eating sweets and cake and smoking and all that crazy shit, which I've been staying away from now. Not to say that like I in the last 2 years I have eaten pizza and I have had a beer here and there and everything. I'm not saying like never to do that, but it is the consistency. Like, if I was consistent in eating beer every night, eating a whole pizza every night, eating like a bag of Haribo every night, you know, all during the night, then, you know, I would feel absolutely terrible. My health would crumble, and you know, that's consistency for you. If, for example, you eat one meal a day of fully clean and whole foods for 63 days in a row, you will see some deep healing once again. And that's just something that I find so incredibly awesome about fasting, and about, you know, once you start understanding what it is that's actually happening when you're fasting. It's not that you're doing something. It is in fact that your body is doing something. It's that your body is getting the chance to heal itself. You're giving it the chance to heal itself. And at the same time, you're developing like really, really powerful self-control and self-management skills. You know, if you can fast, you're amazing. If you're good at fasting, you can get good at anything. I remember reading Hermann Hesse's book, Siddhartha, a while back. It was probably 3 or 4 years ago. Really cool book, like really short. It's about some kind of like Buddha-like figure. I'm not sure if he based it on the Gautama the Buddha, or if it's just his own story. I never really read into that, but there was like a scene in that book which really struck me and stuck with me. I can't remember exactly how it was, but it was something like, you know, he decides that he's this sort of ascetic monk. He's been living that way for years, and he decides that he wants to make a change and wants to go into worldly life and go into business, I think, at that point. And he's trying to get a job with some merchant. And the merchant's like, so what are your skills? And he was like, well, I can meditate and I can fast. And that was about it. And I was like, yeah, don't know if that's gonna help you much in business, but those are incredible skills nonetheless. And if you, anybody who's done a lot of fasting will know this. Fasting is the way to level up on a personal level. There are a few different ways that you can level up, for sure. But fasting is definitely a key to that. I love it. I love it. So where was I? Oh, consistency. Yeah, that was what I was talking about. Consistency. Yeah, I guess that's basically it. Like, stay consistent. Listen to the videos that I've done before this. Check out what it is that I did. It's super simple, guys. Like, if you want to heal, if you want to find true and lasting health, it is incredibly simple, and it that is it's not really a paradox. Well, it's kind of a paradox. Like, really, the commercial health industry really complicates things, simply because the methods for finding true health aren't really, you can't really turn them into dollars, if you know what I mean. They're hard to sell. Like, even I'm kind of struggling trying to sell a book about how I healed myself through a simple diet and fasting, and I'm making like videos. I'd like to make some money off this at some point, but I can't sell anything. Like, I can only sell my good looks and charm in some respect, but this is not a product that you can buy. Information for sure, yeah, but it's not a product, and that's why you don't see it on the shelves in the health food store. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy. Like, the difference in myself now, since let me say that again. The difference that I see in myself from maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years ago is incredible. Like, the physical healing that has taken place is amazing. I was literally on a trajectory to death. Like, I was, just before I went into my long fast, I was suicidal. I was just like, this better work, because otherwise I'm jumping out the window. And it was like, I'm being kind of coy, but it was like that. That's exactly how it was. I was ready to commit suicide because I just felt so terrible, and this saved me. So just please take this to heart. If you're dealing with any kind of chronic illness, if you're dealing with topical steroid withdrawal like I was dealing with, or really bad eczema, or allergies, or intolerances, or you can't digest anything, or you've got arthritis or any other autoimmune disease, including cancer, lupus or MS or whatever it is, like all of this stuff, this is just your body dealing with some intense poisons and illness within it that you need to allow it space to heal itself. And that's all. So once again, check out my videos. Check out my book, my awesome book, Health Simplified. It's, I can never remember how much I'm selling it for, but it's like $4.99, I think. So it's cheap, it's short, it's like 200 pages. I go into my own healing journey, all of the insights that I gained from diving really deep into fasting, into this method of eating really simply in order to heal. The way I evolved spiritually through going through all this, and that's actually really, really interesting, and I really look forward to sometime in the near future I'll be releasing another book. It's close to ready, but not quite. I need to edit it and add a few things. That's another book focusing more or less on like the mind, true mental health, not the absolute crap that you see from psychiatrists and psychologists, like all the pharmacological, bonanza of ADHD drugs and SSRIs and all this crap. Like, leave that behind. We need to figure out what exactly is true mental health, what it means to be healthy, both in the body and the mind and spirit. These are all interconnected, and you cannot treat one without the other. Drugs can't treat anything. Just throw them out the window, throw them in the trash. Like, that's where they belong. As do most doctors and psychiatrists, I'm sorry to say. There are some good doctors out there, and if you are one of them, I'm sorry, I'm not like bashing you. Keep up the good work, but we need to at some point admit that the medical system as such is absolutely broken, and I will not apologize for pointing that out. So anyway, check out my book. I'll leave a link down below. It's on Amazon. Check out my website, joyofawareness.com. I've got a lot of good articles there. I just released a really long, deep article going into something I call medico-fascism, which is something that I'm pretty sure we're dealing with at a high level today. You can check that out. I talk about a few of the companies that are giving out the VACCINES that you're probably going to be forced to take, and go into a few of the skeletons in their closets. So that's Medico-Fascism and How to Resist It is the name of the article. I'll leave a link to my website down below as well. Otherwise, just please like and subscribe and share this message. I'm really, really trying to get this message out there, get these insights out there, because this will save lives, literally. Which is more than I can say for a few companies that must not be named on here. Anyway, I will say adieu and see you next time. Peace.